great people? I hope you guys are feeling good, feeling great. I know I am, and welcome back to iVibe TV, the place where you can catch a vibe and be a vibe. And you already know why I'm here is to bring that encouragement, that empowerment to help you live free and to walk out the fulfillment of your purpose in total confidence. And so today, I just want to pay homage to my girl Erykah Badu, because she has definitely taught a girl some things through her creativity, through her artistry, through her gift that God has given her, which is the gift of music. And so there are some things that I learned over time as I became an adult from two of her songs, which happens to be, very popular, and two of my favorite, which is Bag Lady and Tyrone. And in Tyrone, you got a man who thinks that he gonna, grab and get everything that he can off of a woman. And then you think that in Baggage, you see over in Baggage, Bag Lady, not Baggage, but you see over in Bag Lady where you have women who, are carrying too much baggage, but, I dare not say that it's just women, but it's men too. And so we just going to get into it, and we just really going to talk about, baggage and what that looks like and how to overcome baggage so that you can go on in life and really live a weightless type of life and learn how to cast your cares and give your cares over, learn how to forget and forgive. And so I had to go to Webster and I had to go to Merriam to see what they said about baggage and how they define baggage. And they define baggage as intangible things such as feelings, circumstances, experiences, or beliefs that get in the way. And I really can respect that definition because we allow our past to get in the way of our future, so therefore we don't have any momentum right now. I won't say that we don't have no momentum right now, but for those who allow their past to get in their way of their future, it hinders your momentum. It hinders you from actually moving forward and actually creating legacy for your family, opening up doors for your family, open up doors for your community. If you allow your past experiences to get in the way, it actually hinders you from finding better relationships, rekindling friendships, going back to school, conquering your dreams, conquering your visions, executing your goals, because you allow your past to hinder your future, which ultimately puts you in neutral in your current state, especially when it comes to like your finances. Like some people, you allow your past to get in the way of your future of creating financial freedom, not just for you, but for your family, so that they can see what it looks like to be out of debt, to own multiple businesses, to be an investor, to own land and different things of that nature. And so the second definition, I was like, come on now, y'all can take that out the dictionary because that's unnecessary. But they said that the second definition is woman. And I put woman with the exclamation mark because I'm like, are you serious? God created woman to be a good thing, a safe place, to be favored. And y'all gonna put in the dictionary that baggage is a woman or woman is baggage? Like, come on now, don't disrespect us like that. Pump your brakes, because men can have baggage as well. But then they also say that the third definition is beliefs and feelings that influence how you think and how you behave. And I just was like, ding, 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 ding. It's the perfect definition for baggage, especially emotional and mental baggage, because it influences you. Like, baggage really influences the way that you respond, the way that you think, the way that you behave in your everyday living, and so if you allow the weight of baggage and the weight of your feelings, the weight of your circumstances and situations, experiences, the weight of your past, and the weight of your beliefs to weigh you down, it will ultimately influence how you think, how you respond, how you behave in certain situations. And especially if you have certain triggers that are related to those situations, circumstances, and experiences, if you have negative emotions associated with those things that have happened to you, you will definitely respond in a way that is incorrect, a way that is improper, a way that stunts your growth and stops you from moving forward in life. Therefore, you never have the opportunity, or you never wake up to the opportunity, or never raise your head high enough. As my mentor says, raise your head high enough to see opportunity, because you allow the weight of that baggage that you refuse to let go to hinder you, to stop you, to stunt your growth. And then you see on a level that is beneath you versus a level that is before you that looks so massive, or a land that shows you what is available to you because you choose to stay stuck. And so we have to learn how to just let stuff go, because eventually, if we don't learn how to let it go, then the baggage that we carry will be at our own demise. And so we'll begin to stumble and fall and trip, and we won't advance in anything because we won't allow the baggage to we won't release the baggage. You have to have a willingness to release the baggage so that you can continue on. You can't, if let's say if we had a track star, right? They were running track, and let's say they were at the nationals or whatever. Let's say if we put some weights on them, that individual would not be able to run as fast or as far if there were weights on that person. And that's just like how we are. If we allow circumstances, our feelings, our beliefs, those experiences and things like that to weigh us down in the life that we run, in the race that we run in life, we will never get far. We will never go nowhere fast enough. And I'm talking, when I don't say fast and trying to things that are microwave, I'm not talking about that, but we won't conquer anything. We won't get the victory over anything because we choose to stay weighed down versus packing light, and so you miss opportunities, you miss better experiences, you miss friendships, you miss job opportunities, you miss schooling, you miss resources, you miss positive moments and positive memories when you don't let the baggage go. And in this journey in life, you have to pack light, because there are things that are going to come towards you that are known and unknown. But how are you responding to those things? And when I say respond, I mean, how are you communicating verbally and non-verbally? Let's say, for example, you get hurt in a relationship. How are you responding in that current moment? Of course, we typically want to feel those emotions, and that's totally fine. But it's like when those emotions become overwhelming, what do you do to spin out of that so that you won't be hurt, so that your feelings won't be extremely hurt, and you be like, oh God, I'm heartbroken? Well, you don't fall into depression, where you don't fall into suicide, where you don't fall into bitterness, where you don't fall into unforgiveness. How is your response? How do you prepare yourself for trouble if it comes? How do you prepare yourself when you got baggage waiting for you in front of you? Do you spend time meditating? Do you spend time with yourself, with your thoughts every day to figure out how you feeling inside? Do you do an inner health check on your inside to say, what am I thinking? How do I want to say this? Why do I want to say this? How am I feeling? Why am I allowing myself to feel this way? And see, baggage, you can either accept it, like you can claim it, like you at the airport. You can go to baggage claim, or you can get rid of it. You can say, I don't even want that. That's not my baggage. You can refuse to take on baggage that does not belong to you, especially if it's going to hinder you, especially if it's going to offend you, especially if it's going to weigh you down and stunt your growth and keep you from pressing forward and moving forward. And some people may say, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to get rid of this. I can't stop thinking about that. I can't forgive this. See, here is how you do it. You learn how to pack light. You learn how to forgive. You learn how to stop feeling angry or feeling resentment towards a certain person and even a certain place. You learn how to get over an offense. You learn how to stop paying attention to a suffered wrong, which is a flaw. You learn how to get over even your own mistakes. Because see, we can learn how to carry our own baggage by the baggage that we create, because you want to be perfect. perfect, because you don't feel accepted, because you want to be a part of this, because you want to do that, and you figure, oh, I don't know how, or this isn't working out for me, oh me, oh my, and you have these pity parties, and you can't even forgive yourself because of things that you've even done in your past, or things that you want to do. You can't even forgive yourself so that you can move forward. And then another thing, people don't know how to forget. People don't know how to put an experience, a circumstance, you don't know how to put an encounter out of your mind. Like, you don't know how to cease your mind from thinking or remembering things that are wrong. Like, we really have a problem with amplifying that which is great, even if it's a little thing. We magnify and amplify the problem versus magnifying and amplifying the solution. How are you going to pivot out of this? What's your strategy for coming out of this? How are you going to release it? Like, sis, like, bro, I know it hurt. I know it hurt. I know I have been through my own situations, my own circumstances that have hurt me to my core. But when I've had time to be alone with myself, be vulnerable with myself, I was able to say, you know what? I can get out of this, and this is how I'm going to get out of it. I had to put a plan in place on how to get out of a place that felt like it was getting ready to drag me down. When I say the weight of certain situations, certain storms can be so weighty, but how do you settle yourself down so that you can figure out a plan on how to get out of it? And some people don't know how to get out of it. They would rather step over it than get out of it. And when you get out of it, it's a place of freedom where you release yourself of the shackles, release yourself of the chains, so that you can move forward. And you have to learn these steps, and I'm not saying that I'm an expert in it, but these steps have definitely helped me on how to get out of certain situations where baggage has weighed me down, and I felt like, you know what, I can't move forward. I had to learn from my past. I had to see the lesson in everything that I went through. And sometimes it's just that little lesson, and you like, you know what, it's a little speck of a lesson that sometimes you be like, dang, I ain't even see that. Like, at that time, like, my perspective wasn't willing to see that. But you have to be willing. It takes a willingness to learn from your past. And if it was a past mistake of your own, no matter what the situation is, you have to learn from that. They find the blessing in every little situation, because you will learn from that. It will serve you better in your future. It will serve to you as a stepping stone to help you go from one level to another level. It will help you go higher. It will help you heal. Like, I'm not telling y'all something that I don't know, something that I have not done myself. Number 2 is letting go the repeating thoughts. Like, thoughts will come to your mind over and over and over and over, and you develop these questions as to why this happened, how could this, when did that, what did this, how is this, where did that. Like, you develop all of these questions when you do not let go the repeating thoughts. Like, the same thought will come to you time and time again. Like, the same thought can come to you 1,000 times, and the same emotion will be connected to that thought. But if you don't take the time to say, you know what, I'm not going to think that, I'm going to transform the way I think, I'm going to change my perspective as it relates to that person, as it relates to that memory, as it relates to that experience, as it relates to that circumstance, as it relates to that situation, I'm going to change my perspective so that I can become better. And some people don't understand that in doing that, you learn the art of forgiveness and forgetting, which is for you and not for the other person. So many people just sit around and wait for the apology to come from somebody else, to come and wait for the ease and the happiness to come from somebody else, when in reality, you need to be the one to take the first step. And number 3, you have to understand that memories don't last forever. Like, especially the ones that you choose to let go, because not everything last forever. Not every situation, not every circumstance, it does not last forever. So when you get it in your mind that say, you know what, like my right now is not my forever, my today is not my forever, my past is not my forever, you can figure out how you're going to move forward. And number 4, you have to allow yourself to feel your emotions, but do not sit or stay in those emotions. You can feel it when it comes, like the impact of certain things when it comes, like it hurts so bad, like you feel the impact of it, like, oh my God, like my heart just came out my chest, like you can feel like that, but know that you cannot sit in that place forever, because one emotion leads to another. For instance, like anger can lead to sadness, sadness can lead to unforgiveness, unforgiveness can lead to bitterness, and you don't want to have to deal with all of those emotions at one time. And so if you just allow yourself to feel only for a moment and say, you know what, okay, here's how I'm going to get out of this, I'm not going to feel that, I'm not going to, and it goes back to the ones that's before, knowing that those emotions is not going to last forever, knowing that that thought is not going to be there if you choose to let it go, and learning from that mistake, learning from that experience, learning from that encounter. Number 5, you have to work on your self-esteem. You have to work on your self-confidence, and you have to work on your confidence. Confidence and self-confidence are 2 unique things that I will definitely talk about in the near future, but you have to work on it, because depending on the situation and the circumstance, it can affect your esteem. It can affect your self-value, your self-worth, and you have to know that you are more than. You have to see yourself as greater. You have to see yourself in the eyes of God and how God created you, and knowing that you are worthy of moving forward. You are worthy of better. You are worthy of not selling. You have to see yourself that you are worthy, and then you have to see that you have the confidence, which is your ability, your innate ability to trust yourself to move forward. Number 6 is you have to practice acceptance. You have to be willing to receive yourself, and you have to give yourself permission. Give yourself approval to do. Give yourself approval to be. Give yourself approval to have. Like, stop waiting for the approval and the permission of other people and move out on your own. Do it and be great at doing it. Go out and learn how to be great. And lastly, the last one is get over the idea that you have adopted. Sometimes we can tell ourselves these stories and create these ideas that are false, these realities that are not real. And so you communicate that to other people, get other people to believe what you have adopted. You see from a lens that's not favorable to you or the other person. And see, that's another thing about forgiveness and forgetting. Like, it's the art of making sure that the tension that's created between you and another person, or you and another place, is completely removed, and making sure that you can move forward and you release that person to go and be a better person. Because sometimes we don't even consider the intent of another person's actions, whether that's in past or present. We don't consider the intent, we only look at the impact. And so if you get rid of the idea, the perception that you created, to actually see it from the other person's perspective and figuring out, okay, that's what you intended, but this is what I felt, and being able to properly communicate how you felt without causing an illuminated fire, without creating a bigger problem, it'll definitely serve you into developing healthier relationships, but also creating a healthier you. And so we want to, at the end of the day, at the end of all of this, what I'm saying is, stop trying to get over things and get out of it. Don't carry the baggage from one place to another place. And that's how it is. Let's consider somebody, that doesn't have any place to go. They carry around their baggage with the intent of one day finding a place where they can just let it go. Versus if you just on the journey, just say, you know what, nope, I don't need this bag. Oh, nope, I don't need that thought. Oh, nope, I don't need that experience. Like, some experiences and some circumstances, some beliefs and situations, like, you don't need them. You just keep them because you think that it's comforting. And so instead of building bridges to get over those emotions, to get over and get out of where you came from. And that's how it is. Like, when think about it, if you're traveling, like, you can use a bridge to get out of one place to another place. And so if you just use your willingness to heal, your willingness to accept yourself, to get out of a place of bondage to a place of freedom, you'll see how great you can be, how awesome you can be, how freeing it is. So I wish you guys the best. Continue to be great. Let go of that baggage and conquer the world.